Hey, what is up, you guys? It's Dustin, and I am back with another video. How are you doing, Nick?
I am doing great. How are you?
I am pretty good. I decided that we needed to come on here and remind people about James Charles and his past actions because Predator Paints has a new launch coming. Now, I want to say, before we get into this, if this were anyone else except for James Charles, this promo and marketing is hilarious. It's
very
hysterical.
Well put together.
He made a lot of fun of himself, but he also did throw shade at other people, such as Tati and Jeffree Star. So if you guys are here for that, if you want to hear about it, stay tuned to this video. So, I mean, where can we even start with James Charles? This list of things that he's done is basically a mile long at this point, probably 14 at this point.
We should start where James Charles said that he was desperate. And maybe we should start where he apologized to the victims.
To the victims.
I think that's a good place to start. Do you guys agree?
Anytime, yes. Anytime that you have to refer to people that you interacted with as victims, it's probably a sign that you need to either like back away from what you're doing and stop it. But we all know that James Charles hasn't done that. But most recently, a couple hours ago, he uploaded a video debuting or teasing his new palette. And the video was kind of funny.
I am so excited to show you guys our first ever painted palette, the Basic Canvas. I've been working on this for years and I can't wait to show you what's inside. Whoa. A new palette? You said I was the only palette anyone would ever need. Kind of shot myself in the foot with that one, but times have changed a bit. Tell me about it. Well, of course, like, I don't even say the hi sisters anymore. Yeah, the hi sisters anymore. Anyways, this palette has 24 beautiful neutral shades, perfect for any makeup. Ring. I had 39. Not everyone wants to do colorful glam all the time. Maybe you've just lost your touch. Is there a white shade? No, not in this one. Oh, is there a brown? It's a neutral palette. Of course there's brown. Is there a highlighter? There's shimmer shades if that's what you're asking. That's not what he's asking. Oh, shut up. I just wanted to make a palette that people would want to bring with them everywhere. Bring me a little body, Sylvie. Continue. Thank you. A palette part of your everyday makeup routine. Like, you wake up, you take your vitamins, you go to work. Not this again. Oh my God, look at his ass. I was saying, I worked really hard on this palette, you guys. I even painted the swatches on the front myself. Real original. Hey, I really think that people are gonna want this in their collection. Yeah, if we were in 2016, maybe. I agree. I'm just a sister shook. I mean, I don't know. Enough! All this criticism from you guys? You need your hair cut. You need your eyebrows cut. You two can't sing. You were a mistake, and you were discontinued. Hey. Look. I know that it's not rainbow colors, and I know that a neutral palette isn't groundbreaking or revolutionary, but after the paints launch, I thought it was important that our second product was a staple. So here it is, the Basic Canvas. 24 beautiful neutral shades, mattes and shimmers, perfect for any artist of any skill level. Because isn't the makeup you guys do most just basic? Hey, yeah.
Apparently this palette has been teased for a very long time because he said there was an Easter egg put in like the original like promo photos or whatever. I mean, the video was really well put together.
It was.
It really was. Like, if this was not James Charles, I'd be like, you know what? I would support this person, but this is James Charles.
It was funny. There was a lot of jokes that he made at his own expense. But the one thing that I do want to talk about really honestly is the thing where he threw shade at Tati. Now, a lot of people aren't going to get it. A lot of people are not going to pick up on this. But he said when you wake up in the morning and you take your vitamins and then you go make your makeup. We all know that that was a reference to Tati. And then he got into this where he basically, he showed his whole ass in his Coachella outfit.
God, he had to put his ass on the fucking screen for his very young audience. Very young audience. Can we see those analytics again? Like, has it updated? Maybe we're wrong. Maybe it's not the underage.
He even addressed not saying "Hey sisters" anymore. He addressed this before, maybe a couple weeks ago or a month or so ago. And I said that I think that that's him trying to rebrand and get away from it, but he threw parts of that in it as well.
He finally admitted though that he cannot sing. He did. There was a singing segment of this video and he looked over at himself singing and said, "You can't sing." So thank you, James.
Self-awareness is very important. And I think that might be a sign that he might have grown a little bit, but I still think that he is still doing the same things because like I've said before, people like James Charles never change.
Or wasn't he getting called out as like recently as August of this year? Wasn't there something that was going on there?
It's so hard to remember all the times and all the different scenarios and all the different shit that James Charles has done.
Let's not forget that James Charles paid allegedly to have an article written where he was basically asking to be uncanceled. Like, James Charles would like to be uncanceled now. No.
Absolutely not. Certainly
Who wrote
not.
That article? Why? How could you actually
Gabrielle Bluestone for Cosmopolitan
type to actually put something to ask if James Charles could be uncanceled after the things that he has been accused of, but also the things that he has.
I think it's very important for people to remember the things that have been accused of him and the things that he has admitted to before supporting his brand.
Yeah. It's just so crazy to me, all these influencers out there that tried to act like Predator paints were the only ones on the market like that when there's so many other brands that have done it. Like they were honestly acting like if they did not review this, their audience was going to be so fucking upset with them because this is just such a revolutionary thing.
And it's not.
It's not.
It's absolutely not. I think P. Louise did it better, and you get more bang for your buck when you buy P. Louise anyway. So if you want to support Predator paint, in my opinion, I think you should also check out P. Louise because it's a tried and true product. Now, remember when Predator Paints launched, there was a whole big discussion about where this stuff was made. A lot of people thought it was made where Jaclyn Hill's cosmetics were made. It turned out that it wasn't.
Was it Prisha?
Yeah, it was allegedly Prisha. And allegedly, even Jeffree Star has had makeup made there in the past. There's articles about it. I think they did allegedly some of his highlighters. And then do you remember the situation where Jeffree Star had the, what was it? It was like lint or something. And they were, yes, you do. It was when it was around the time the Conspiracy palette came out. And there was like, he called it a ribbon, like a ribbon press where they would pack the stuff down in there. There was allegedly contamination then because of this like paper or whatever they used to press these palettes. And that was allegedly Prisha. Now, I think Jeffree Star doesn't work with them anymore, but allegedly that is where James Charles is having all his makeup produced.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
You know what? Today we were over at Ulta and we were in like the Morphe section. I was just looking around. There is no Jaclyn Hill. Normally Jaclyn Hill,
not to be found.
I noticed like over like the past year, she kind of went from like the top shelf to the middle shelf, and then she was on the bottom shelf. There's no more Jaclyn Hill in the Morphe section.
They're phasing her out, girl. They're looking for people like Michaela. You know who we did see? Meredith Duxbury.
Meredith Duxbury was on the top
front
shelf
and center. And you know what? Her display was spick and span, girl. There was nothing on it.
It was
nothing out of place, nothing messed up. They were making sure that they were putting their best foot forward when they were supporting Meredith Duxbury.
They really did.
They're not doing that with Jaclyn Hill anymore. I think that Morphe, honestly, I think that Jaclyn Cosmetics is going to wind down.
Yeah.
They're going to close the doors on that. And I don't think she'll be affiliated with Morphe anymore. I don't think they're working with her anymore. Honestly, I think they're working with all the TikTok people because they're done with the YouTubers.
Yeah.
But back to James Charles. Now, like I said previously, James Charles did show his ass. And when I say that, I don't mean like acting out. Like he literally showed his ass in his YouTube video.
But you know what? Thank God there were no irritation bumps from what we could see. So whoever was on staff that day got in there with the makeup.
Do you remember
when they got in there with the Predator paints?
Do you remember
his booty
when James Charles went to Coachella and he had that girl that was his assistant that sued him? I can't even. Kelly Rockwell. She sued him and she alleged that James Charles made her nair his ass crack.
And no, she was the one that was allegedly responsible for those irritation bumps. We all had an issue with that. Shame on her.
I really would like to know how that lawsuit turned out.
He should have countersued her for that.
For the irritation?
Yeah.
Girl, no, what he should do if he wanted to shade her is come out with like a shade that's like red and call it butt cheek.
Oh my God.
That's what he should do. But he also threw shade when he was showing his ass at Jeffree Star talking about how he did not want all this to come up again. But James, if you do this type of shit, like where do you expect it to go? Do you expect people to be quiet about it? I feel like Tati is the only person that hasn't said anything after James Charles got exposed because Jeffree Star has been on a press tour for the past 2 to 3 years now after this.
Tati's done with it.
She is.
Tati is so done with it. Tati said, I am not going back to that dark place. I am not going to get dragged across this internet again.
Across the coals, girl.
Across the coals.
But you know what? I feel like if Tati would not have put out that Breaking My Silence video, she would have had a major opportunity to actually hold James accountable like she did in the first place.
That, Tati? And then just a few short months later, here goes James Charles getting accused and called out for the same thing where he has to admit that he was desperate.
Yeah.
God, imagine like egg on face. Egg on
foot
face,
in
foot
mouth.
in mouth, both feet in the mouth.
It's bad.
Holy shit.
Like I've said before, a broken clock is right twice a day. And I don't really support Jeffree Star in much, but if he wants to continue to drag James Charles and call him out his name, you remember a couple weeks ago, he was going in on him and he said, we are not supporting Predator Paints LLC.
He was talking about Kim Kardashian because she was supporting him. He said, why are these celebrities supporting him? Like,
they're going to support him because let's be realistic.
This is so interesting though, because remember Kim Kardashian supported Jeffree Star in the past, got dragged by her following to the point where she had to like make a statement. She made like an Instagram or a Snapchat story, whatever.
Some tweets.
She did all of that, but people aren't telling her that James Charles has admitted to doing certain things and has said sorry to the victims and all that, or what is happening.
There's like a helicopter flying over.
Yeah.
But really, honestly, truly, would you expect anything less from Kim Kardashian?
No, because she supported Balenciaga.
That's what I was about to say.
So, no, I wouldn't.
Not a shocker there.
No.
Not a shocker at all. James Charles is going to be friends with all these people, and he's going to get them to talk about his brand because they don't care. The A-list celebrities like Kim Kardashian, who else? There's other people that... I don't know if Avril Lavigne is still A-list, but apparently she supported him.
Melissa.
He was Cardi B, all these different people. It's just sad to me, and I don't think that they would support him if they actually took 5 seconds to put his name into YouTube or Google to see the things that he's been accused of and admitted to multiple times, multiple Twitter statements. But I think it'll be interesting to see what comes of this, to see who reviews this, what it's going to be like, because the packaging, I'm going to be honest, I thought the packaging looked cool, and if this were anybody else but James Charles, I would probably go out and buy this and probably do a giveaway with it. Even the marketing, I'm going to show a few clips. I've probably already put it in by this point, but you guys let me know what you think down below about this. What do you think about Predator Paints 2.0? Like, this is a new palette by James Charles. Are you going to be going out and buying it? Are your friends going to buy it? Like, I know that we're going to see people like Michaela review it. Manny, Laura, all of them.
Michaela
JoJo
has
Siwa.
not put Predator Paints on her platform.
Well,
she has worn it on like an award show. She has like invited him to the wedding, but she did. I think she gauged the audience reaction and she said, "I'm not doing it."
Yeah. Now, Jaclyn Hill didn't review the first batch of Predator Paints, but I definitely think she's going to go for number 2. I really suspect that Manny will, Laura will, JoJo Siwa. Hell, imagine Colleen Ballinger comes back and she reviews Predator Paints. It would be fitting.
Oh my God, she's the face of the brand. There's like a new campaign and it's the red with the lips. Oh my God.
Oh my God. But you guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below about this. Since we're talking about James Charles, leave me the palette emoji down below. I hope you all have an amazing day and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.